Well, it's that time again. Only Pod can judge us. I'm your host, the big fella D King. We're excited about today. I got my main man to the left.
R to the K, a.k.a. Illogic, a.k.a. Illogic 100. Holla at me.
And my kinfolk to the right.
Come on, man. Y'all know who it is. Wayne D253, Wayne D the barber. Man, but before we get started, man, y'all smash the like button, subscribe, share. Man, we appreciate the support. We appreciate the love. Man, leave comments. Anything you guys have, or give us any feedback. Man, we like to get to our comments as soon as possible. We like to be engaged. So as we go through this segment, we'll ask you guys a few questions that you guys can get engaged on. But man, we appreciate the love, man.
For sure, man. Fellas, man, how was your weekend, R to the K?
Weekend was cool, you know what I'm saying? Took my young fella to go see you, Dwayne, you know what I'm saying?
on,
You know what I'm saying? Cleaned him up, something solid, you know what
It
I'm
was
saying?
really nice.
You know
I
what I mean?
noticed it too. It was really nice.
Yeah. Man, got some heads, got some bars right there, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Yup, and then we had the dinner to send my daughter back to school, so you know what I mean? Getting ready for that. You know
Bittersweet, man.
Yeah, man. It's a trip. I'm gonna miss having her around the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You just can't just up and go. Look, you got him? Look, all right, let's go. Look, we got it.
Yeah, all that's over. You know what I'm saying?
Grandma, grandma cookie?
Yeah. We gotta make that detour to go anywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Now you gotta drop them off. And everything.
But that might be better for him, though, which, you know, he want to be dropped off and go hang. You know what I'm saying?
Get out the house. You know
what about you, my brother?
Sam, I just chilled. I don't even think I did anything this weekend. I was just big chilling.
Big
I
chilling?
know we did something 2 weekends ago, but this weekend I think I just chilled.
Yeah, man. I like the Tacoma Rainiers, man. You representing?
Always representing.
Okay.
Oh, we both represent.
Oh, you both do? I got Tacoma Rainiers, man. I go with the old school Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire, the Bash Brothers, man.
Oh,
The Bash Brothers, man.
The Bash Brothers. You know, they're the Sacramento A's now for a little while.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
They are.
Man, we about to tap right in. But R to the K, man, something is gleaming around your neck, man. It look like you hide it, man.
What?
It's looking like it's lovely over there, man. You're tucking yours in like DJ Pooh.
This is a daily event, man. This is daily activities, man.
I should put mine on.
Man, I thought I was doing something with my little piece symbol.
Let me tuck this away, man.
I'm going to tuck mine in, man.
Debo coming.
For real. We going to get started, man. Are we proud to be Americans based off what we saw in sports this past 2 weeks?
Woo.
The Olympics is officially over.
Yeah.
And we have some stats that's put in place as far as what they had as the medals. And you guys can kind of expound on that, what your Olympic experience was and how you felt about it.
Or your highlight of what was the
Absolutely.
best moment for me. For me, I can say I was proud to be American, but what I noticed was other countries is catching up to us. Like the athletic abilities that we have, the access to a lot of stuff, a lot of countries is catching up to us in all sports, not just basketball, not just because they was already ahead of us in like they were close to us in gymnastics. They were already ahead of us in a lot of swimmings. But from what I've seen from a lot of other countries, like America's. You better be okay with them now because sooner or later they're gonna be taking over a lot of countries, different countries. I think it's gonna be an even playing field where everybody's gonna have access to a weight room or access to a gym or access to this. It's just gonna be even playing field, and we'll see the best man win.
Yeah.
Or woman.
Yeah.
Best man or woman.
Best athlete. Best athlete, yeah, for sure.
My apologies.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Best athlete.
No doubt.
So that's for me.
Right, for sure. R to the K?
What I took away from it, really, from the Olympics overall, man, I think NBC did a phenomenal job.
Agreed.
Yeah, they stepped. NBC and the Olympic Committee in France, they really stepped it up this time around. It really made it interesting.
Yeah.
They had people there at different events. It was just the whole production was done very well. You know what I'm saying? I know there was some feedback on the opening ceremony that was kind of taken aback, but overall it was done really well, and I'm excited to see what happens in LA in 2020.
I just was going to put something out there in the atmosphere. I think we should try to plan that 4 years out to take that trip. I had a partner that actually went to France.
Yeah.
And he said there was nothing like that, being around greatness from all over the world and competing to see who the best in the world is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to think about what the Olympics really is. It's the best athletes on earth competing to see who could be number one.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Right.
If you're a sports figure, that should be like sports heaven to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That you get the chance to, okay, I want to look at swimming this day.
Right.
And it's almost like it's Vegas. You don't have to sleep because the events are going on at all different times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In different places. So
Right. That's but when we be seeing it, we be thinking it'd be like right down the street. It don't be like right down the street. Like we be thinking because they be like showing a big view of how France is, and then they'll zoom in. It'd be like there'd be an event in Bellevue, and then there might be an event in Vancouver, and then there might be an event over in Spokane. So it seems like it's closed, but it don't. It'd be like,
it'd be all over.
It'd be all over, right?
No, for sure.
And I think
for
that
sure.
same thing's gonna happen when it goes to LA. I don't think everything's gonna be in just LA. It might be track in Sacramento, this in LA, something surfing down.
I don't think they'll go as far as northern though. They'll keep everything,
Sacramento,
they'll keep
but
everything southern.
Yeah, but it'd probably be like you said, maybe
Fresno,
some Inglewood at the new Coliseum
but the track,
the Staples Center, different stuff like
Right.
that.
The track that they run the Olympic trials on for the U.S. is this track at Sac State. So
Yeah,
the Olympic
they
trials
do.
are at Sac
It's
State.
Sac State,
So
yeah.
that's why I'm like, I don't know if they would have their Olympic trials.
No, they would
at
have.
Sac State,
They may have the trials, but the actual Olympics, when they say Los Angeles,
They'll put it in
Los
a
Angeles ain't giving that up.
Yeah.
they
They'll-
want. They
it's
want.
gonna be LA.
They want all parts of that. They'll make it happen. I think it's something that it's worth seeing.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
think so.
I mean, and you could pick and choose. Obviously, boom, boom, boom. What you?
Well, they would have the whole beach is
It's gonna be crazy.
You got the
Yeah.
beach and you got inside. It was you pick your poison.
You have that or
I want to see this honestly. I want to see that synchronized swimming because watching it on TV, they're really not going.
Man.
They're not touching the bottom of the
No.
thing, and they're just like it's almost
Floating.
like it's fake.
Yeah, it's
I gotta
crazy,
see that with my own because it looks fake.
I don't know if you've ever tried to tread. I was a pretty good swimmer.
Yeah.
And I could tread water. I was trying to be a lifeguard, and I could tread water for a decent amount of time. But these guys is treading water, then having to swim to go
Bro, they're-
water polo.
Yeah.
like water polo. They're not touching. They're treading the water the whole time,
Bro,
In
those
water
sports,
polo.
those
The
sports,
whole
those
time.
sports are hard.
Right.
People think that stuff,
Oh, you can
all
just
that
do it.
stuff is hard,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I was tripping on how long they was holding their breath when they was doing their legs
Right.
and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, that's
I'm looking
amazing.
in
When they were flipped up, when the
Yeah.
legs was up in
all
the
that
air.
using all that
Yeah.
energy, you know what I'm saying?
With no nose plugging.
Yeah.
Because if I'm doing it, I can do it
tipped
for
over,
some.
everything coming out like,
Right.
I'm
gonna come up on splash with everything.
Right.
synchronized splash. That's how everybody splash together.
Right. But think about it too, though, fellas. Them guys is like 80 pounds to 100
They
pounds is
are.
what they
That
look
That's
like.
true. That's true.
That is one thing that I did.
I
If
noticed
you really
that.
Do see just all Olympic athletes. Only ones that be pretty big be like the swimmers. The swimmers are pretty big.
Yeah,
Even
with
the
broad
volleyball-
shoulders and stuff.
The volleyball people that are like small. The gymnasts are small. They're all small. Like all the people be really small.
Yeah, they're in shape.
The track
they're
people-
top
the track-
shape of the
yeah.
earth.
Track girls, they be small.
Yeah, they're
Oh, who was that girl that blew the doors off of everybody though?
Montgomery, Sydney. You talking about the hurdle?
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah,
she
the
was
hurdle.
like, she had like almost a whole track length.
Sydney.
and so
Sydney
let's
McLaughlin.
Wow.
let's put this in perspective since we're talking. We're going to talk about this a little bit.
Yeah.
To jump over a hurdle and keep a pace,
And run.
how hard do you think that is? If we went out there and tried it, we
on,
would
man.
hurt ourselves.
Yeah, young me wouldn't, but the
I'm
old me
talking
for
about
sure.
present day.
Present day for sure. I'll go.
I'm
I don't
going-
even know if I'm making it over the first one.
I'm just
Like,
saying,
look.
I'm jumping over with 2 feet. I'm not doing it
said,
over one
right.
leg. I'm not doing it with one leg, man. There's no way. So
I ain't jumping over.
right. That's what I'm saying. I
he
give
diving
you-
over.
for sure. Head for hey. No, but I'm watching it and I'm just like, how is this possible? I even watched. And I can't believe I'm saying this. I watched the breakdancing. I didn't understand what was happening.
I didn't get it.
I watched
I
it.
seen it.
You know why I watched it? Because I didn't believe it was real.
That's
Oh
true,
yeah,
too.
yeah.
And they were all getting down. So I was seeing the clips of it. They
Yeah.
were all getting down, but the only one that really wasn't getting down was the Australian. And shout out to her, 'cause she's like blowing up the internet. I was on my feed. Facebook, you know, they already got a meme of it, people doing their dances.
Yeah.
They're like in a grocery store doing slides, like, oh man, the ice cream fell, I gotta pick it up. Break dance. I'm like, look, they were doing them like they're doing like she's
They're doing her moves,
Right. Because the internet is what?
Getting down,
Undefeated.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
internet's
They put her
undefeated.
in Stump the Yard doing it like with their head up. I'm like, bro, they're really, hey, they're cold.
Now what about
She
the,
was cold for doing that.
What about
Right.
what about
I guess you say she's a professor.
Yeah,
oh,
Some
professor?
hip-hop-
Yeah.
she's like a hip
They
hop
be regular
professor.
people. So think about the high school kid.
Right. I
He's
agree
16.
with that
He's
too.
like,
Oh, yeah.
man, the school starts in 2 weeks.
And
I got a gold medal.
Yeah.
Nobody can tell him nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Like,
that's-
Imagine what he's about to. The kids in high school are scared to run against that young man.
I
I don't
believe
even,
it.
he shouldn't even run high school no more.
He shouldn't, but
Yeah.
he got to finish it. He's only
But
16.
I don't think you when you go Olympic or pro, I don't think you should be able to compete.
Why?
He'll beat everybody. We know he'll beat everybody.
And then he got to prove. He got to continue to prove it.
Right.
He got to continue to prove it, man.
He has everything to lose. Everyone who races against him who
And
wins.
that's-
Oh,
has
everybody
everything.
gutted for him
Right.
too.
And
Yeah.
isn't that better?
That's- oh, like, give me your goal. I need that. Like,
Like, isn't that better though?
He said,
I
I'm trying
agree that
hecka
it is.
hard.
Right.
Right. I'm doing everything in the back and all. Like,
The girls 4x2 was crazy.
4x4.
4x4. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, they was.
Cooking. I thought they
yeah.
was gonna get caught.
Oh my
But
day.
they were
That
balling.
last leg,
Yeah.
she went
That's
crazy,
what I was talking
man.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, she that length that she won by was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
4x4.
She
They
was
were-
not
they were-
playing.
They were cooking.
Yeah, so if you look at it, we were tied with China for the most gold.
40-40.
But then we kind of blew everybody out with 44 silver. And then 42 bronze. Nobody was even close. So China was close with the gold, but everybody else didn't have no chance at it. And like you said, I agree that the world is getting better. But the problem is, to me, and I'll speak to it from a basketball's perspective from what I've seen, and even a track perspective. For basketball, really, I'll say there's not enough greatness on each team like the Americans bring, so it's going to be tough to beat them in it's just going to be tough. I mean, I don't see it. And have I been wrong before? Absolutely, but I just don't see it.
I understand what you're saying, but I think there's a changing of the guard that's happening. We're not there yet. Like we might be, two more Olympics before it really levels out. But we are starting to see the number of players that are NBA quality players on these other teams starting to pop up, starting to bubble up a little bit.
I'd rather that. I don't want it to be just dominant to where you got the Olympic Gaming Committee changes the channel because they're going to a different sport.
Yeah.
I like that atmosphere that those guys were in competing against France because Victor, did you guys see how good he is?
Right. No,
I didn't see
Victor Wembanyama, he's the future of the NBA for sure.
I seen him.
I agree.
seen him.
He looked phenomenal. Nobody couldn't do anything with him.
I mean, but Jokic put up. I mean, their team was up 15, right?
And he,
17.
but again,
17?
he's proven. I'm talking about a 20-year-old.
Yeah. But the
You know what I'm saying?
But
It
the
just-
thing, speaking from a basketball standpoint from it is that a lot of the teams that the U.S. was playing against, I don't know. When your son posted that video of the 92 Olympics and I clicked on it and I seen it, I was kind of lightweight embarrassed for people praising that 92 team.
Why?
How great it was.
You got to praise this in this era.
I agree. But then at the same time, I put it in the perspective of who the opponent that they were playing against.
You can't control that
And I'm
narrative.
like, she's Louise. Like, that's crazy to see. And you're right. You can't control the narrative. But then on the flip side of it, I'm fast forwarding it now to where I'm seeing they play Serbia again. And Serbia's they've been exposed to since Jordan came, and they laid the foundation for all these other countries to be able to play basketball. And so since '92, they've been playing Serbia's team together. So that Serbia team that they played against was Serbia's 8th grade team they've been playing the whole time since they've been training
Makes
to be
sense.
Olympians.
Makes sense.
So they've really been playing as a team for, who knows, 10, 12 years while they're playing in the Olympics.
I didn't know that.
But that that Serbia team that they played in on that YouTube, who knows, that might have been 2 weeks together. And then they played in.
Oh, yeah,
You know
I
what I'm saying?
get what
Because
you're saying.
it was no platform for basketball to be done like that.
Right.
Now
No,
we're on
I
that
agree with
platform
that.
for all
I agree with that
That's why
totally.
the Saudi Arabia, the South Sudan team was so good because Lou Deng, after he left Chicago, went over there and put in place for them. So all them kids that have been playing there, they've been playing together on
Yeah.
that same team
This
So,
whole time.
You know,
Right.
if I play with my crew of guys that from high school and brought them up to a run, we would be solid. We would be running. But then if I just brought myself into a run, they'd be like, who's this little joker? Like I would,
Right,
you
right.
know, but you know what I'm saying? So to look different.
No, I
if
understand.
can't
I
get
understand totally. That's
right.
but
so
that's
just competing. It will look different.
That's the part that I always like. You cannot control the narrative of where you play at. For example, like when you rapped R to the K
Yeah.
was pretty much like rapping was, you know, with West Coast rap is kind of hardcore gangster rap.
Right.
But now you got rappers that are singing with auto tunes that,
Right.
that is the total opposite of what it kind of stood for in rap of whining and
Yeah.
you know carrying on like the hook is forever in the song.
Yeah.
And so that's why I can never put it in that perspective because we will never know. Because again, it has evolved since then. The athlete has evolved. There's way more NBA players now than there ever was in 1992.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And to that point, you know,
Yeah.
even, you know, to take it back to the rap example, you know, there's young guys now that hear how the guys used to be real lyrical back in the day. You know, lyrical miracles, you know, satirical, you know, type rappers, you know what I mean? And the young guys be like, I don't, you know, that they don't want to hear that. That was a different era then, but back then, you know, you hear Redman, Method Man, or somebody, you know what I'm saying? You hear a J. Rue the Damager, somebody from the East Coast, or even Jay-Z for that matter, and you hear the lyric content, and it was different. Whereas now you could get on and just have them simple rhymes.
Right.
And
Cat had bad
and let it go.
And then keep repeating
because it's a vibe now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then
You know
you
what
can
I'm
do your
saying?
own auto tunes where you're rapping and then you're singing
Yep.
the hook too. And that, to me, that only Pac can judge me. That ain't what I grew up on as far as music. That ain't my
shoot it
thing.
to him straight. It's garbage.
That ain't my thing, man.
I feel you guys, but to that, I mean, I let the young guys cook. You know what I'm saying? It's their era. I let
agree.
them do. But the question I got for you guys, just going back to the Olympics though.
Yeah.
Where was Luka at?
They lost early, I thought.
They didn't even make it to.
Yeah, they didn't even make it
I
to
thought he
the-
would play with Jokic. He's-
No, they didn't even make it.
Lucas with
Slovenia.
Slovenia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they was out early,
Luka got
bounced
put out by
down.
Joker.
He was
got
probably-
put out by Giannis. Giannis put his team out for
Because
even going to the
we
Olympics.
didn't even
Oh,
see
wow.
we didn't even see Giannis like that.
Yeah, I
Like,
didn't see Giannis
got
either.
put out.
Right.
Well, they made it to the playoffs, but then they got put out in the.
And then they was about to fight with
Sudan?
Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah. So it's like it really was.
SGA and them boys, huh?
But I don't even know. Did SGA take third?
No, Canada didn't take third. It was
Serbia.
it was Serbia. Jokic.
Oh,
Jokic took
They
third.
took third.
That's crazy.
They beat Greece because Greece beat Canada.
No, Greece didn't make the.
Yes, they did. Greece
medal match.
Greece beat Canada. That's why Canada was. They thought Canada was supposed to be there, and they beat Greece.
Who did France beat to play us?
They beat Greece.
France.
Yeah.
France? Yeah.
Shout out Thanos. What's his name?
Thanos.
Thanos. Tenacious. Yeah, he was cooking.
Oh my
Shout out
God.
Tenacious, man. You was cooking,
Do
man.
that
I
in
seen
the
you.
league, fam. Do that
He
in
was
the
cooking
league.
though. He was cooking.
Hey man, I like you said, I thought that honestly, RK and Dwayne, it was like you said, NBC did a phenomenal job, with them kind of showing it, and I think the athletes they competed at a very high level. France pushed the USA to their limits. If it wasn't for Steph Curry, he's a bad boy, man.
I noticed that I didn't have to search as much to find the events.
Right.
Like with Peacock and with just how they had the timing of the events, I was able to find them.
Yeah.
It came on pretty much during the day. It might not be prime time, but at least it was during the day when I wanted to watch basketball. So I thought they did that pretty well. You know what I'm saying?
Solid. And I think, like you say, getting to them, I was having trouble to start.
Yeah.
But then once I had found out like the Olympics was on, it was on either on 10, like even the shows that it was on like US, what's it, 58, US, I don't know.
58.
Yeah, 58.
The channel?
Channel 58.
I don't know.
Not TNT because TNT
TBS?
54.
NBC. It got to be NBC.
Nah,
or
it's like I don't know, but it was on 58 had the Olympics on, 49 had the Olympics on. Canada actually, I had the Canada channel. Canada actually was playing the Olympics all day, and then NBC.
Was they speaking Canadian on it?
No. Well, they speaking Canadian.
Yeah.
Don't Canadians speaking American?
Some of them do.
Some of them speak Canadian. They still got a different. There's Canadian got their own language.
No, they was.
What is that
they was
language
showing a lot
they
of
speak?
I think they
Canadians.
speak French. Some of them speak French.
Yeah, they
some
got
of
a
them
different
speak-
language. It's a hard accent with how they speak.
You know, they were playing a lot of Canadian, like the stars that they were playing Canadian stars.
Yeah.
Got you.
But
And
no, they were
I
speaking
noticed
American.
that they did like feature the commercials. I was wondering if they did
Yeah.
that for the different countries,
Well,
but
they did
feature
that for- they did that
feature
for
their
different
athletes.
countries.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's smart.
Yep, they
But
did.
I used to hate the Olympics when I was a kid. You know what I mean? I used to hate watching it.
Really?
Because when it came on, it would be on all day. You couldn't watch none of your shows,
No.
and you don't know what's.
No, for
and
real.
you couldn't
Look,
watch.
it
You
was-
couldn't pick
it
and choose
was
the
on.
sports. It was just on, just covering
I promise you,
TV.
Grandma had
Man, the whole time for a week.
About 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah,
I
it
know,
seemed like it was
11
forever.
days. Like, bro, like, this is my summertime, Grandma. Give me the television back.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
It was
saying?
on multiple channels too.
Right,
man.
yeah.
Forcing me every time I go anywhere, this stuff is on.
He was watching the bobsledding. And
Yeah, you just watching
Yeah,
whatever.
That's where I'm going. Like, I'm
man.
watching
Yeah.
that.
Oh, you
Look,
watch them
I'm-
guys
I'm
jump off that
watching-
ramp. You know
I'm
what I'm
watching
saying?
that all. Look.
You know what?
Yeah.
I didn't see no diving.
Diving was on all the time.
I didn't see none of that.
Diving was a lot. Was to start. So while gymnastics was going on, diving and gymnastics was kind of around the same
Yeah.
time.
Simone Biles, shout out to her.
Big shout out. Big
Problem.
shout out.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Continue to be a problem. Continue to be a problem,
Yeah.
young lady.
Definitely.
Straight
I'm
champion.
and I'm gonna shout out all the American athletes.
Yeah.
You guys actually did show up, and,
Yeah.
and I was very impressed.
The women's soccer team.
Women's
Yeah.
soccer team.
Yeah,
won.
yeah. Y'all got
Women's
that.
basketball.
Women's
Women's
basketball,
yeah.
volleyball women's took second.
Yeah.
The NBA won. All the athletes who won in the
Yeah.
100, the 200
The track
girls,
team,
the
yeah, they all showed up.
4x1 girls, the 400 girls, the
Noah Lyles
no
running
allows in the
running
100,
sick. Yeah.
running sick.
With COVID.
With COVID.
With COVID, still
Spreading
came in
it.
third.
Like Kevin Garnett said, anything's
400
possible.
400 boys, man. Look, y'all did. I think the water polo. I think either boys or girls water. I think it might have been girls water polo.
I'm not gonna lie,
They took bronze.
the USA gear was filthy. I need some of
Oh
that.
man, that was really
The hats,
solid.
the shirts, the
Really
shorts,
solid.
Yeah.
the
Yes,
gear
they were.
looked filthy,
Yes, they
man.
were. They had like a little tan one. Everybody kept seeing that white or that blue one. The way it was standing up when the flag was going up. I seen the tan one. I'm like that or cream like LeBron.
Yeah. But I'm just talking about
Yeah,
even the
those clean.
t-shirts,
I'm
like
like, shit.
because I don't know if they had a rule this year that if you were there, you had to wear Olympic gear. Because a lot of them had a whole bunch of Olympics, different things on the t-shirts.
Probably so,
And the
yeah.
shorts, that was filthy.
Yeah, I think you probably get a whole luggage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
This
was
is what
fresh.
you gotta wear.
But I did not like. I heard something about the lodging though. They said they were sleeping on like hard mats and some
Yeah.
people's stuff. Didn't have ACs and so I mean you got to think if there's that many athletes, it's probably like
Paris is
I don't
supposed to be
know,
ready for that,
4,000 or
though.
5,000
Yeah.
That's
athletes.
Paris, France. They better rent out a whole hotel
Yeah.
and let every athlete stay in that hotel.
A few hotels, really. You know what I'm saying?
But you got 4,000 or 5,000.
Hey, so what? How much
Jeez.
money is the 4,000 or 5,000 bringing?
I agree to that too.
Yeah, and they family and
Right,
friends.
right. So I'm
Yeah.
saying, take 3 hotels and put all the athletes in it on every floor.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? From every country.
I agree.
And do
And
it.
all the Airbnb.
Right. Your country's this one here.
But the only thing about it was because this is what happened to
You can't be sleeping on no
To-
mats, man.
Nah.
No
Carrie
AC.
Richardson and the Jamaican girl. I forget what her name. She got like 2 last names. But Shelly and Fraser Price. Shelly and they were both. The bus takes their athletes over to the stadium so they all get checked in. But Shelly and Fraser Price and Shaqiri was going over there on their own because they got money, so they didn't gotta go on the bus. But they were coming after when they came after to try to check in. They were like, oh, the athletes already went through, so they was having a little spits
Oh, well,
back
yeah.
for her to even get in.
Well, that stunt
Because
cost
she
them
didn't-
then. You know what I'm saying?
Because she didn't
Yeah.
ride on the bus.
Right. They're tripping. They need these are the best athletes in the world. They say you should know who that person is. It should be a face scan or something. that should
Yeah.
show
But
you
what if
something.
you're like the Zimbabwe's first ever athlete to make it in the pole vault?
They're going with the team.
Talking about
Yeah.
like,
Because they don't have.
He said, what if it's a Jamaican
you see what I'm
bobsled
saying?
team? You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
But I'm saying there's
I'll
say there's levels. I'll say there's levels.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
yeah. Hey, so we could talk about the Olympics the whole show, but
Yeah.
moving forward, USA.
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 Yeah.
Moving forward, man. The president campaign, man. So
Oh,
there
yeah.
was recently a picture that they said that was photoshopped of, and I'm trying to get an understanding of what I was looking at. Maybe you guys can help enlighten me on this a little bit. It was Vice President guys getting off the plane, and then it showed something that was on the
reflection.
on the engine. What am I missing, or what am I not getting on that?
What do you, yeah. I didn't. When I seen it, I'm like,
I was seeing if I wanted to come in here and talk because I don't know what I was it looking at. What there was nobody really there, or what was it signifying?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
You guys don't know.
I didn't see it. No.
Okay.
No, I seen it, but I seen the reflection when it was showing off the engine that there was nobody behind it. But I think that's all.
Oh, they
just
trying to
like
say
publicity.
she's a vampire?
I don't know what that's what I'm trying to say. I was trying to figure out what it was.
I don't know.
I was trying to figure out what it was.
I'm thinking like
It scared me a little bit. I'm like, huh?
Because I like I said, I really don't get have been digging too deep into this presidential stuff that's been going on anyway. So
well, Trump said that he'll do 3 debates with her now. So let's expound upon that, because just talking about the case, he said before it was like he wasn't going to entertain it with doing any speaking against her. Now all of a sudden he said that he'll do 3. What changed his mind?
He got to get in the ring with her because, his numbers ain't looking as good as they were.
Right.
Now here
When he had the upper hand, he could.
Here comes the truth.
But the numbers are changing. The polls are changing a bit, so he got to get in the ring, and he wants to spar.
Yeah, because Republicans are voting Democrat.
Yeah.
Going Democrat, man.
I think the enthusiasm gap has closed. Closed it.
Yeah,
people are pumped up because she's in the race. You know what I'm saying? And then
I didn't think it would be this exciting like this. Like I know that people had wanted Biden because of with Trump's run that first time around.
Yeah,
but I didn't think that she would be embraced to this degree this fast.
Yeah.
And for me, I kind of get what Arcade was saying. I think I won't say like a shock effect, but I think it's more like we didn't even believe that she would even get in there. Even in that place.
Yeah.
Okay, now I want to at least tune in or
Yeah.
show that I'm tuning in or whatever the little pre-ballots may be of where I'm voting that she could be on. I think they're showing up now. None of that stuff matters because there have been a lot of presidents who have the numbers have swayed going into it, and then when they come out, they've won. So I'm sending to think them people who are on the ballots now, you still have to show up in November. September. You still got to show up in September if you want her to win.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think people are going to show up for her to win. I think the issue is going to be because, and the reason why I say that is because the polls have showed that a lot of the senators inside them states, the down ballot races, they are still winning. But the Republican ticket, when Biden was on, the Republican ticket was more popular. More people were either saying they weren't going to vote or were leaning towards Donald Trump. But I think the thing is that people know what they're getting with Trump. And I think there's that apathy that was there where people was like, nah, I don't want to even vote. I think that's a lot of people from the middle and from the left have mobilized, and now they're excited to vote, so they don't have to do. They weren't excited for Biden, and they didn't want to, and they weren't going to sit on the couch.
Right. So they've been rejuvenated.
Based
off of Kamala Harris
because she's fresh blood in the game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't want to vote for Biden, but Trump is doing this, and I don't want him to get in.
I know what Trump is, and I really don't want to go back to that.
So now we're gonna see if there's something
all the way
new.
My name on the ballot. Now I'm like, okay, she might be in.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Here we go.
I don't know too much about her, but I still might have a chance to put her on because she is on there.
Yeah.
So are they guaranteed the only 2 that will make the ballot to be in this race?
Yeah. That's it.
Them two.
It's done deal.
Yeah. As far as the left and right, I mean, RFK, if he wins in some states, I guess he could get added on, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
I think it's just them two.
Or
whoever their Green Party's candidate is.
That we don't even I don't even know. I haven't heard of one. So yeah.
Or it could be your name.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna stay out of politics as of right now. Jay-Z said. Jay-Z said politics as usual.
Exactly.
Nah, so I mean, like I said, it will be interesting to see where it's going, and obviously, this is a topic we'll touch on every week, just until a new president is named. But like I said, it now, like you said, RK said, people have been rejuvenated. Like, whoa, they're saying, "Oh, Biden is too old. We hope he don't fall again," because he's how many times has he failed as a president though? like going upstairs and stuff.
Man, he's old, man.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what old people do. You know what I'm saying?
And he doesn't, but he doesn't have a cane though. Like, why won't they?
Because they got to show strength. They don't want him. He probably, as soon as he gets out the screen, he might have the walker with the tennis balls on it. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying?
Nursing home joint?
But before that, you know what I'm saying?
Keep him on the grass. Look, these wolves don't roll.
I just say a cane. There's strength in a cane. That's the third leg, man.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's okay if you walk with a limp. I mean, you can make it look cool. Make it look cool, man.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
But no, like I said, I mean, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
And what's you guys' perspective? Please add in the comment what you feel about the presidential campaign and the races going on. We love to hear your opinion. Only Pod can judge you when it comes to that.
But I did hear that they had something about his ear. They put something that I guess they were taking a picture that his ear doesn't have the
Scar?
scar that it's supposed to have. From
No, because they said they actually said it probably wasn't even the bullet. It might have been the plexiglass from the little screens that they read from.
Oh no!
Yeah.
When he got down on the ground, he cut it.
I mean,
when he,
or the glass might have cut his ear or something. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the bullet itself.
So we're all calling it.
I mean, but you know,
Fugazi.
that don't mean it's
anything
fake.
to put him on,
You know what I'm
in front of
saying?
everybody. Look.
But
No,
you know,
I'm just
you got to
talking about
use.
the
That's what I'm saying. Anything to put him in front of
Yeah,
everybody.
you
Get him
gotta
in front
use
of
it.
everybody.
Right.
You got to
You
use
create
it.
something, you put him in front of
So
him.
that's campaign.
That's why he
right?
had that big thing on his
agree.
ear, his whole ear that night.
Right. Then he was like,
Yeah.
he's putting that hand up.
I mean, we all saw the blood, so I think that was real. You know
But
what I'm
man,
saying?
wrestling be having blood like that too. Like
Yeah,
you could
that's
hit, you
true.
could throw the punch and they put the base.
And the people who jump on him.
Hey, I just want to throw a
the one-
conspiracy
hey,
in
the
there
one-
for
the
you,
one-
Arcade.
the one who jumped
I just
on
want to throw it in there for you,
The ones that
Arcade.
jumped on him could have had the blood. Look, his people could have, when they jumped on him, like, oh,
Yeah.
right, scored him with the blood.
Right,
We
right.
down here.
Hit him with the hot sauce.
Hit him with the sauce. Look.
And then when he comes up, it's just all red ear right there, man.
Wow.
You want to know what's crazy? I think
I'm just saying,
his ear was
wrestling-
not red.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Ric
you know,
Flair used to all of a sudden be bleeding. Like
know.
he'd be regular blonde hair, then all of a sudden he get punched and the camera goes another way.
Right.
And then he's busted
Oh,
open.
man.
You know how when you hit something like it bruises and you can see like the whole thing is like red?
Yes.
His ear wasn't, the ear itself was not red. It was just a little cut. Like, cause you know
Oh,
if you hit the
yeah,
ear,
yeah.
the ear would be like red.
Things
like,
that make you go,
I'm like, bro, the whole
Yeah,
thing that was
right.
cut, like the whole ear was still white. With the
Yeah,
cut.
see, that's deep.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't
that's
think
deep.
about it until you had. I'm like, bro, wouldn't his ear have been red? Like,
I just, Arcade's normally with the one with the conspiracy theories.
Man,
I just wanted to throw one in there, man.
Wow.
I wanted to tap in with that. Hey, we're
Man.
moving forward, man. There's a surgery out right now
Oh yeah.
for $150,000. How tall are you?
5'8".
How tall are you?
5'5".
That can make you 6'2". They can make you 6 foot, but you might not be able to walk for 6 months to a year. Would you do it?
No, I'm cool.
Early ages, I would have.
Early ages you would have?
Early ages, I would have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If I was earlier, I
Yeah.
would have.
You take
If
that.
I would have got to it.
But the technology would have been off. You might have never walked again in the earlier stages.
Right, but if I would have been at this age now,
Got you.
at sixth grade, I've been in science since I've been in 6th grade. I would have got it.
Oh, you're a big 6th grader then.
I was a huge 6th grader. I was
Yeah.
a center. Like I was moving. I've been in science 10 since I've been in like sixth,
Yeah,
7th
you were a
grade.
huge 6th grader.
And I didn't
Yeah,
learn no
for
more.
real.
Like seriously, I've been this.
Hold on. 6th grade, you're 11?
11.
So you haven't grown since you were 11.
I have not grown since I've been 11. I've been this size since I was.
You used to
center.
smoke cigars or something?
I was able to slap glass left. I was able to slap glass left and right hand.
Were you drinking coffee?
No, I never
Coffee
had
in your
them.
bottle?
Like my 6th grade basketball team, I was the only one that could slap glass with both hands.
Wayne D, if you were this height
I was
in
this
6th grade,
height.
you could have been
I was
a
supposed to be-
phenomenon.
I was supposed to be 6'5".
Wow.
What happened?
8th grade or 6th grade, I stopped. I have not. 7th grade year, I didn't grow at all.
That is.
I've been this size my whole
crazy.
since I've been about 12
I
years
couldn't
old.
imagine him to say that's why he was a bully. And he didn't listen to nobody. He was bigger than everybody. He was mean.
I could have been.
No,
I
you
was
were.
Should I heard stories about me?
Right. Now it all makes. I've never heard that story ever.
I was
That's
this size
crazy.
Since,
Wow.
Since middle school.
So
And I never
you
grown.
wouldn't do it, but you would.
If I would have got it in middle school, for sure.
Right, for sure.
I think I stopped growing in 6th grade too. No, you know what I'm saying? This is it. You know what I'm saying?
Man, love. Hey, no, you don't know, but I probably was around that time.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
7th grade or something like that,
Yeah,
man.
man. I looked at that and I'm like, how? Like they're stretching your limbs, almost like breaking it to stretch your limbs to add more. That's a weird dynamic.
I heard about that though.
Yeah,
I heard about that.
I don't think I would do it. I like the ability to walk. I've been in a situation where I couldn't breathe, and that is the most uncomfortable situation ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So imagine you couldn't walk, get up and go. Nah, I'm cool.
You ever rode a bike and the pedals hit you on the shin?
In the shin?
Yeah. If you had that, your shin would be hecka fragile. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no, right.
That pedal hit your shin.
Right.
Oh, man.
It's breaking
Why
down.
would you bring that up? Because that just hurt me right now.
Your bones would be broke easy. Like,
Easily. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's the only thing I would say about that, because your bones will break easy with them stretching them to wherever they are.
Yeah,
But,
and like I don't want to be taught that. God obviously had another plan.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, let me ask you this question then. Do you think being tall is a gift?
Is it a gift?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a gift. I know it's life. I don't know.
As somebody
I
who's-
wouldn't say it's a gift though.
I've never been tall.
So for you,
It's a gift. Yeah. It'd be a gift to be tall.
Got
yeah.
you. Would you rather?
Would I rather be tall?
Are you?
I don't think about it anymore.
Got you.
The younger you would have been.
I mean, especially like we was talking about like 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, to be tall, you get all the girls. Cause you know what I'm saying?
See that's
It matters.
Every time
it matters. You know what I'm saying?
everyone who I ask this question to, that's exactly what they say. Like, yeah, all the tall dudes be getting all the girls.
Because that's when everybody got their growth spurts.
But for me,
they're sports
thinking,
players. They play
Exactly.
sports.
I know,
right.
but for me, I don't think that I was tall, I would get all the girls. Because I thought I got all the girls when I was small. Like,
But you were always tall at that time.
I was tall. You're
so
right.
you didn't know what short was.
I agree.
So if you were, because what, you're 5'9".
5'8", 5'9".
You're 5'9" at the age of 11. Most 11-year-olds are 5 feet or under.
Yeah.
And they can grow to get to, so you're towering over the normal 11-year-old.
I'm really trying to think.
Right.
I was really tall. I was.
Yeah, no, I'm saying you.
I
I'm
was
telling
a tall
you.
kid.
I'm telling you.
And I just stopped.
And that's
Terrible.
So you were. So were you. I'm just saying. So when they saw you, like, oh, he's the one.
Like, for real.
And you're light skinned. They like light skinned
Like,
back in the day.
oh, I was winning. I was winning. I promise you. Look, no, I was winning.
I'm just saying. That you was
big
like,
time.
yeah. So
I was him.
What Arcade said. I've always been a big kid, and I was tall, but I kind of had a growth spurt where it was like, boom, and it just went crazy, like from 7th grade to sophomore year. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just boom. It was like, oh my gosh, he's taller than everybody now.
Would you want to be short but small?
When I ride an airplane,
Come on, bro.
I'm being 100% real.
Yeah.
So that's why I say sometimes
I'm
a
just-
gift ain't always a good thing to be tall.
No,
Like,
I'm not-
You go over in China, are you hitting roofs because you're tall? Like, do you think it's being tall
I
then?
would consider myself as tall. It's just, what are you basing the tall off of? Now,
Oh, you're tall, bro.
No, what I'm saying, if you're saying me being 6'6",
You're tall.
and I'm saying a guy that's 6'9",
Right.
6'10", I'm like, that's tall to me. Like, it's,
Yeah.
But that's tall to you. You're
right.
tall to us.
I understand
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But I don't look at it, I don't see it as,
Right.
as
You're like,
being
look,
that.
I'm this size.
Right. I don't see it as
Right.
being that. So you're probably right.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, when I look at Tom, like, Victor Wembanyama, he can't hide from anything. Like, he can't.
No.
You
Ain't
can't
no
be
way.
sneaky. You can't
no
do nothing.
way.
Ain't no
It's like-
tiptoeing
Right,
around.
No party.
right.
Victor, I see you.
Right. Or Shaq being at LSU, he's not. You can't hide Shaq.
That's
The
right.
big Aristotle, like
Well,
that was
no
him.
way.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I don't understand about NBA players. Like, because not all of them have tall parents. Like, where does that height come from? Like, they all say one summer I just woke up. You know,
That be happening.
AD.
That be
Yeah.
happening. Dennis Rodman grew 10 inches in the summer.
That is
He got
crazy.
recruited as a point guard.
Yep.
A 6'1", and he
Yep.
came on campus. Got recruited at 6'1", and by the time he came to campus, he was 6'9".
that's why
By
he
the time
plays
got
like a
to
point
campus,
guard.
Yeah.
That's why he plays like a point guard.
Yeah, that's a lot of them. A lot
Paul
of them
George
guys be
too.
like that, man. They be like they start out where they're like CJ McCullough was like 5'4".
Wow.
And he went to like
Yeah.
5'4" in high school
He
to
was here.
6'2".
Yep.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
By the time
gosh,
we showed
dog.
up to
Lehigh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lehigh. Yep.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy how some of it. David Robinson was 5'11". He went to 7 foot. He was 5'11", man. He went to 7 foot. David
Man,
Robinson, bro.
The Admiral, man. Share
Yeah.
some of that, man. What was it?
Yeah, man.
Was it
I
just drinking milk all summer or something? You know what I'm
That's-
saying?
I
That's a
wonder,
good
like,
question.
I wish, I'm like, bro, how does that happen?
You know what I'm
I know
saying?
how I got bounced. Maybe I was doing calf raises. I do remember sneaking in the gym, doing my little calf raises, and I would do them all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
everybody
I
do- everybody
I
used
would
to
do
do
like
that back then,
25 of
yeah.
them on a little thing. I'm like,
And they go
okay, cool.
slam dunk.
Did you have you have string shoes?
No, I didn't have no string shoes.
None?
None. I had wore some, but I never had none.
Okay.
I would just do the calf raises on the little, sit down on the bench. I do like 25 of those a day.
Wow.
I remember from being like 4th grade to about 6th grade, I was doing
Okay.
calf raises every day, 25 of them.
That's how you got bouncing.
And I just got bouncy and
Yeah.
just started dunking
I believe it. I believe it.
every day.
So you would want to you had wanted to be tall. You want to be taller.
I would have.
I the only way I said if I feel like if I was 6'9", I would have a 15-year NBA career.
Easy.
Yeah, because
So you would you get the inches or no?
not with that based off what the repercussions are. Just like that's like taking Ozempic.
Would you
Like,
get?
what
Would
it-
you get it? Would you
Yeah.
get it when you were younger?
No,
You just say you just have it.
I'm cool.
You cool on it.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
I just take what God gave me. Wouldn't say shake what my mama gave me.
There's a reason why I'm 5'8".
Yeah, and just deal with it. Because guess what? I look at it like if I was 6'9" and I made it to NBA, I wouldn't have met Rena.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then you don't know. I could have multiple baby mamas and deal with all kind of.
You've been baby Sean Kim.
That's what
No, I
the
ain't
6'9"
saying that.
That's what 6'9" would have came with.
But
Ain't he at 11?
I'm just saying. It's just,
See?
Or Dwight Howard?
I'm not saying.
See?
I'm not saying
all
no
niggas
names.
was like,
I ain't saying no names. But what I am saying is, it would have definitely turned out a different way. So God knew what He was doing when it comes with it, like in certain situations.
So
So
you knew he was blessing you with 6'6".
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm
Or
cool
you
with
knew
that.
you was blessing me with 5'8".
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have 5'8".
Because your back
10
might have been
baby
hurting
mamas.
too hard to cut hair.
You know
to be
what?
bending over.
That's crazy that you make mention of this.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Remember I told you guys the story about me being in a coma
Yeah.
for 2 months? What if now, I've been really thinking about this. What if now the repercussions of me being in a coma when I was younger, I'm starting to see it now. Like they didn't have
Repercussions?
tests.
What you mean?
Like my body aging as fast as it did.
Oh.
Like bones just being weaker, like memory. Sometimes I'll be forgetting a little stuff, or just stuff like that. It's starting to pan out, and I'm starting to see it. Them taking the test when I was like a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old when it was happening because they didn't have tests.
But I'll be honest with you though, D. I think it's just with us being older. Period. I don't think it has nothing to do with that.
I don't think you understand this, Dave.
I'm
I
telling
went
you.
to the doctor when I was 18 or 19.
Mm-hmm.
They told me the age of my body was like, they don't see stuff degenerating until they like 40, 50-year-olds. My back was degenerating when I was 19 as like a 50-year-old.
You think that was from the coma?
No, I'm just saying in general. Like
Okay, that's just
But
because
there
the
could
wear
be-
and tear. Wear and tear on your back.
degeneration at 19.
What was you doing? You was
Could have been the
What's this
coma.
say? I've been stroking.
A lot of
What were you doing, brother?
flexibility.
I'm just saying that you was putting in too much work, man.
Working. Day and night.
Yeah. No, but I
that-
just say I would say even with being 44, there's sometimes it's like, man, I don't really want to get up and go do nothing with men. Before I'm like I'm gone.
Yeah.
It's like now it's like I might just want to chill, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Once I sit down, kick them shoes off, it's over.
Yeah, when you kick them shoes off, it's over for you, man. It's like, I didn't take my shoes off, Dave. I ain't moving no more.
You coming to the these shoes is off.
Shoes is off, bro. When I hear that, I know what it is, man.
You start the conversation. Arcades, the shoes off.
You're like, oh no, man, the shoes on. Hey, bro, we about to go do this right now, man.
Are the shoes off? Nah, don't even worry about it, bro.
My
Look,
the dogs is barking, man.
Man, you get comfortable, man. That's it.
No, but
Right.
I think you may be right, but I just think because you do a lot and you're like on your feet all the time.
Yeah.
And
I always
so-
hear barbers that have back problems.
Yeah,
because
and like I said,
I
but
had
if,
this at 19.
but if you
I
were,
wasn't a barber at
but if you were,
19.
if you were six,
I wonder
if you
what
were
the
six,
age of his body is
if you were
now.
6'6",
Oh,
bending
for
over,
sure.
bending over,
Ain't no, I
cutting.
wouldn't be no 6'6" barber.
Well,
Ain't no way.
That's what I'm
Ain't no
saying.
way.
That's what I'm
Ain't no
saying.
way.
So in
I'm
life,
like, bruh.
life becomes different.
Man, you better give me a
career.
Like, no,
A sports career.
The chair that you sitting in, I'm sitting
Oh,
on them
yeah,
teeny
what
tiny
is-
joints.
yeah.
Like, no.
Right.
Are you gonna be hanging up, pumping them up?
Hang them up, right? Like, this thing gonna tip over, like, pump on water.
We're moving forward, fellas.
Man.
Is the black athlete the most influential job in Black America?
I think so.
Why is the black athlete so important? I'm like, who cares? I mean, why does this matter? Why do they matter so much? Because we also ask the question that nobody's asking Aaron Rodgers for his politics. No one's asking Tom Brady for theirs. Why does this matter so much? And it hit me that I make the argument in the book that the black athlete is the most important, the most influential, and the most visible black employee this country has ever produced. The black athlete is the one who made it. When you think about where we've gone as a people, the pathway had always been from physical labor to education. And that physical labor to education through college did not come through medicine, did not come through law, it did not come through anything first but sports. Jackie Robinson integrated before the military. The SEC and all of these different other, the Pac-10, all the different conferences, the first group of black talent that they went to cultivate were the athletes.
I think we as a society has made athletes and entertainers our kind of like a staple.
Heroes.
Our heroes, our staple, our voice. That's what we tend to look at, and so they get the nod. And so I think America has seen that, and they have like put that on, and it comes with wealth. Like we look at athletes, the wealth that they're paying, the money they're paying them. I'm pretty sure there's very intelligent individuals out there who have gone to college but not getting paid nowhere near as much as what our athletes, because they say that they're the voice, they're the influential, they're this, which is crazy for me to believe, because I think a lot of community individuals in small spaces have a voice and have just as amount of knowledge, and can speak just as amount as well, but they don't have the ball or the football or the track, whatever it may be. They don't have that
platform.
They don't have that platform. Could speak, but could talk, but could be the face. But we don't praise them. Even paid. They could be even paid that much. But we don't even do that. So
yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think that the black athlete, as the question is, they are the most influential. And it goes into entertainment as well, like you said. You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the things, one of the struggles that we have as a people, because when we see, I hate to go back to this, but the Charles Barkley, I'm not a role model.
Yeah,
and we see, just different athletes and entertainers' perspective where they got to distance themselves from black issues and they can't speak up. They got to shut up and dribble as they tell them to do, and things like that. That, on one hand, we want them because, you look at a lot of coaches in America, they all pretty much have their lock on a certain industry. And if ours is sports and entertainment, then we need those people that benefit from that to do stuff for the community, to be involved in the communities,
Factual.
to participate in the communities, not just through the NBA or NFL, NBA cares, NFL cares, whatever they, not just that, but to really be involved in these communities if they're going to uplift the people. Yeah. And then to a second point, like you said, there are other individuals. So sometimes if an athlete or entertainer doesn't want to take that role,
agree.
It shouldn't be incumbent on them to take that role. But there are other people that do want that role and have a voice or activists that should be heard. And a lot of times those voices are not heard. Are not heard.
That's really good, bro.
Because of the platform.
Both of you guys, that's really, really. What I want to ask you guys out there that are watching, this cast, what's your perspective? Because these guys just dropped some nuggets.
Yeah.
That you guys got to pick those nuggets up, man. That was just about a 20-piece nugget.
Oh,
and
well,
they both just laid
all
down.
flats. Look,
Real,
as your boy
man.
KP Kendrick Perkins would say, all flats. Look, man, look, come on, 20-piece all flats. But I'm gonna just echo, kind of going
That's
this
really
same
good,
same
man.
exact thing. And that's exactly what I wanted to bring out. Is the individuals who don't have the platform, but yet still have the voice.
Yeah.
I think our community has to identify those individuals and put those on the put them in front of them, or put them on that stage.
Yeah.
For them to be the voice.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be for you're on television or TNT or whatever it may be. It don't gotta be that. It could be you putting them on the forefront of them being a community activist, doing a rally, doing a parade for them in that city.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Your own city is putting them on. Little Watts or Sacramento City or just the little cities we could be putting people on those forefronts. But I think we don't tend to do that. We just say if you wasn't an athlete or you wasn't the in the news or you wasn't on television or nothing like that, who are you?
Yeah,
You
like
know?
your appointment, your perspective,
opinion, yeah,
your
your
opinion
perspective,
doesn't
yeah.
matter if you're not a celebrity or entertainer,
Yeah.
or athlete. But at the same time, I mean, there are some thought leaders out there. You know what I mean? And there's guys.
Agree.
You know what I mean? There's people that I've seen. You know, like Bakari Sellers. You know what I'm saying? There's different people that I see. You know what I'm saying? Joyanne Reed is one. You know what I mean? Different people I see on TV. Dr. Cornel West. You know, these are thought leaders that are out there, and their voices should be heard because they speak to a lot of issues that are important.
Right.
Not just from the perspective of a politician or a perspective, you know, but really talking about these social, you know, because I was watching Bill Maher the other day, and I seen Bakari Sellers, somebody that I, you know, like I said, I really listened to what he says, and I seen him had to defend the issues and the perspectives of being a black man in America to these two individuals who have the opinion that they could have the opinion of that they can have an opinion even though they're looking from the outside looking in, which they, you know, we're all here in America together, so they can't have an opinion. I
Right.
can't say that, but he shouldn't have to be backed into a
Defend.
corner to defend
Right.
himself for
Right.
his perspective
Yeah.
too. So,
Right.
Because everybody has a perspective.
because everybody has a perspective, you know what I mean? So,
That's good too, man.
yeah, it's deep, man, and yeah,
Yeah, like I said, I mean, if the platform that we're providing,
yeah,
we're not the NBA superstar, but
100%.
yeah,
if it can help one person, if it can help two people with perspective and the day to move forward to stop somebody from doing something bad or
Yeah.
to stop somebody from making a rash decision that's going to hurt them later on, man, that's what we're here for.
Agree.
yeah,
And like I said, I mean, we're not here to judge, only Pod can, but at the same token, we are here to drop perspectives and knowledge that we have that we can help with the people.
that's right.
That's good.
I got a real question. I just went to a zoo in Portland
Oh yeah,
and
It's actually a good zoo too.
beautiful zoo, but something may be wrong with me, fellas, and I need some help. Is the zoo a good place to take children because they're showing animals in captivity when they should be in the wild? I got mixed feelings because I'm an animal lover.
Agree.
yeah.
But then I'm looking at the animals that are not in their atmosphere.
And you can see it in them that they're
And-
not really.
Right, and it's just like
Not
these
vibrant,
people.
not
We're
woke
like
up,
we're a show.
Do you
I don't like that, man. Now that when I really think I don't like it, man.
Right.
I need help with this.
Do you think because they did a study, I think I might have spoken on it before. They put like bees in a jar, and then they had them. It was either bees or flies. They put them in the jar, and they were flying around, and then they couldn't get out. Right? Then they were flying around. But they took the jar off of the bees. It was the bees or the flies, and the flies stayed in that same area where that jar would be, as if they were in captive.
Yeah.
So that same thing when we talk about the zoo, if you looked at a lion and put a lion in a atmosphere of being, hey, hello, look, all the kids watching, right? And then put them in the atmosphere of like some active lions, what do you think that lion's gonna do? Like, it's gonna get swallowed up, eaten up. Even the color
He's
of
gonna
it,
tuck his tail.
even the color of the fur will be completely different because it's not growing up in it, like just completely.
Yeah.
So the animals that we see today, or with the ones that we could see at zoos, are those real animals. If we're really thinking about it, like
Yeah.
they're lions,
I hear what you're saying.
but are they artificial lions?
Domesticated.
Yeah,
Domesticated.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't, because like, you like it to see, oh, I'm up close
Right,
and
I get to
personal
see a gorilla.
with the
Yeah,
animal.
yeah.
And he's like separated by this
A
glass.
Yeah.
Big glass, right?
But I really want him to be
yeah.
in the wild in his natural habitat.
Yeah.
So it's like like when I was there, I enjoyed myself, but I was like kind of in my feelings for a second. I had to snap out of it. I'm like,
yeah.
man, I'm seeing the lions. They're about to feed the lions. A lion is supposed to hunt.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to just, you give him some meat and he lays there and just, no, he's supposed to be hunting, ducking down, getting ready to go get after it. You know what I'm saying?
Does he even know how to do that?
Right.
Like you done took this from this lion.
Right.
I mean,
This lion.
a lot of times they can't even put them lions or them animals back in the wild because they're too domesticated. They're too used to being fed and fed by humans. So I don't know. I feel some type of way about it too because you can kind of see.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not the only one.
Yeah, you can kind of see that some of them their spirits are broken. They just kind of like just there. You know what I mean?
Man, we're literally sitting there seeing polar bears. You know, polar bears supposed to be in the cold.
Active,
Yeah.
like,
But you see two polar bears. You go to the glass and you see the polar bears laying there flat on their belly
Yeah.
with a big old block of ice, and they got like something inside the ice that they're trying to break the ice to get the food out. It's for the show for the kids. But that polar bear is supposed to be hunting walruses and seals.
Yeah.
And creating a diversion in order to not break the ice so they could get them on an island by themselves.
All the tricks.
You know what I'm saying?
Our zoo in Indiana, when this was a phenomenal zoo. In Indiana, they had I created like a polar bear plunge almost as if like it was a sheet of ice. Like you were in ice age.
Yeah.
They created an atmosphere for polar bears to be in.
That's where it should be
and
to
you
me.
see them jump in the ice to different levels. So I thought that was really cool. But like you said, that polar bear, he was out in the sun just bathing in the sun. Like,
Right. They were on their belly, two
chilling.
females
Right.
just
laid
laying
out.
in front of the glass. I'm like, that ain't what
I
the
never
polar
seen a
bears
polar.
is.
Yeah.
Right. And they showed us what the skin, like like their fur is not just like fur that you could pet. Like that thing will cut your hand.
Yeah.
It's prickly and it is sharp.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, bro, because they're accustomed to being in temperatures that humans are not supposed to be in.
Yeah.
Polar bears be in Antarctica and in those places like that, they would be extremely cold where not a lot of people, Alaska, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I felt bitter and then sweet, but I know the kids like
you
it.
felt happy that they were seeing them.
Right, but I'm
then
paying
you're like,
to get
it's not
into
in
this
this
place.
Yeah.
I'm paying to get into this place.
Man, if it's like a prison, man. For real. It's like a prison for animals.
That's not cool.
Yeah. Hopefully they get freedom animals. You know what I'm saying?
Madagascar.
But then at the same time, what do we tell our kids
Yeah.
that we're going to the zoo? How do you see those kind of animals?
Take them to Africa on a safari.
That's the only way you're going to see something like that.
You're right.
Yeah, that's the only way.
Because how many kids is even leaving the state?
Yeah, how many
Yeah, for
adults
real.
is leaving to go to Africa?
Yeah. How many adults
but
have passports?
I'm gonna be honest with you,
28% of Americans got passports?
those safaris are dangerous.
Yeah.
You're putting yourself at risk of dying.
You can't get out for
Right.
sure.
You're putting yourself. If
And
the
you better,
lion just
they
does
better
not
have a
wanna-
full tank too.
Right. If the lion decides that day,
Hey, or the electricity with the dinosaur. Like, you better not cut this off.
right.
We're outta here, bro.
If the lion feels that day, he don't want you staring at him on his turf.
It's go time.
They're gonna come after you.
Right.
I remember hearing Cat Williams talk about. Remember that joke he used to have about the lions that escaped? Some people was teasing him or something like that, and the lions were able to get out and hunted dude down and killed him or something like that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, in San
I do remember
Francisco.
him saying a joke like that because they I guess they have heightened sense of if you are antagonizing me, I'll remember you.
Yeah.
It was either he said they remember, or I think it might have been his kids or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Like,
Remember.
this was your bloodline,
And
that
they
you
got
had.
out.
Yeah.
They got free.
I do remember
And they
saying
and they murked dude.
Well, you see those zebras that got free. One of them was hiding for like 3 days.
Oh
They couldn't
yeah, he
find
was
him.
chilling.
Yeah.
I think he got hungry and probably gave himself up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Them zebras was on the highway just trucking along, man. You driving, all of a sudden you see the zebras are huge too.
Or that reminds me of Jumanji. If they
Yeah,
just let everything out and
right.
just really started just getting at it, like, dang, is that an elephant going on? Like,
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Nah, man, that's just I just got.
I be hating the little deer to be around the house.
That ain't. They're not cool either.
They're not.
'Cause
They,
they
but
cause
they
a
let
lot-
them out.
They cause a lot of deaths though.
Man.
Yeah, they do.
Because if people running into deers, that will tear your car all the way
Running
up.
big time.
Yeah, man.
To run into an elk.
Two more things that we
Yeah,
gonna
it's
touch
crazy.
bases on this, fellas, until we go into our favorite part.
Yeah.
How far? And by the way, this is hard in the paint right now, y'all.
Come on.
How far do you push your kids to their goals to where it's for you and not them?
That's a good question. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Because I was thinking about this on the way here, and thinking about it from my son's perspective, and then I thought it from my perspective of me growing up. I wish there was someone there to push me harder than I was, because I think mentally, us as adults, we have matured, and I don't think your child has matured as mentally as you. So, for instance, when you're doing a drill, your kid is saying, "Oh, I'm tired," and he's physically saying he's tired, but you know, because it's something that you have gone through mentally, how far you can push an individual. So for me, it'd be like, "Nah, boy, you're not tired. You think you're tired, but then you go out there and do 5 more drills. So you know he can do 5 more drills. So mentally, you know he's more than capable of doing it, but physically, the kid knows all I know is tired, because mentally he hasn't taken him to that place. So for me, when I was thinking of it, I would challenge my kid as far as mentally he would take himself, so I could stretch him mentally, but physically, if he says anything, he could. Physically, I had all the capabilities in the world. I told you I was 5'7", 5'8", since I've been in 6th, 7th grade. So
Right.
Physically, I had everything. But mentally, there was no one there that was pushing me to say, do this, because I couldn't foresee something myself that I never had seen. But if it was an adult, he can kind of see it. So for me, for my children, I only pushed them so far until I was just saying, I can't push you no more mentally no more. I'm pushing you. I'm doing more pushing away mentally than I'm helping you, right? So I think that's why a lot of kids or a lot of parents will get to a certain level with their kids, and they're like, I can't do nothing no more. Here, I'm gonna give them to somebody else, because mentally you've challenged them so much. Physically, they're gonna take care of themselves. So I think you can push a kid mentally to a place. Physically, I think that's a different story.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's interesting. I just know, when it comes to kids, from my perspective, growing up without a dad, and my mom, she never said much, so I kind of had no guardrails. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I didn't know. All I knew is what I wanted, and going through the hurdles of getting what I want. But I never had nobody push me to say, "This is what you're gonna need to be great." When I one of the things that I really wanted is when I really finally was doing my music. And I really would always want to have a voice or an ear, somebody in my ear to say, this is what we need to do, go harder. I mean, I have my boy Spoken, you know what I'm saying? I had my boys, you know what I'm saying? They was always telling me, keep going. My boy Card Game telling me, keep going. But it wasn't like Snoop had Dre, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Kendrick had Dre, you know what I
Right.
mean? Eminem
Right.
had Dre. 50 Cent had Dre, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? Ice Cube had Dre, you know what I mean? I mean,
Sure, a lot of people had Dre.
Guru had Premier, you know what I'm saying? You know, Manny Fresh, all them guys, Lil Wayne, Juvenile, they all was Manny Fresh, you know what I'm saying? Master P got all his guys up and going. E40 got the clique going, you know what I'm saying? His little brother, his little sister, you know what I'm saying, and his cousin. You look at them guys now and they took it to the next level, but at the same time, they were able to push some guys, to be great, to pull the greatness out of them. I didn't really play sports. I couldn't really afford to play sports, you know what I'm saying? So I never really got involved with sports. Once it got to past Little League, I was like, I can't ask my mom to pay for this no more.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So I didn't have sports. You know what I mean? I did have Black Market Records said brought me in and really opened up my eyes to a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like he pushed me. He was like, he just gave me the opportunity, which which I'm real appreciative of. You know what I mean? He opened the doors. He educated me to a lot of things, but he never pushed me. So when it goes to my kids, it's like I give them the game. I explain to them my expectations. You know what I mean? But as far as their goals, I encourage them to achieve their goals, but I don't know if I push them to my goals or what I I just have my expectations, and I communicate that early and let them know that is not, to not meet those expectations is not okay.
Gotcha. No, that's good. That's really good. Two different perspectives that are both really good.
Yeah. No,
Really
I
good.
definitely like that because I've never thought of it in that manner. Mine has always been on the athletic, and I've always held that the statement that you made last was, your expectation on your child, if he doesn't meet it, it's not a failure to him.
No.
And it's not a failure to you.
No.
It's just your expectation. And I've always, and that's why I was saying when we were asking, when the question was, can we push or do we push our kids too far? And I've always kept that my perspective. But flipping on to the side of me growing up as a kid, there was no one that had an expectation on me because I was just, it was like I was the umbrella. I was creating the wheel myself. So
Your own path.
I don't know what my expectation was or if it could even be pushed even further because there was no one there mentally to say this is what direction or this is what you could be doing or this is what you could do this. I was just like, okay, cool. I learned everything, did everything all on my own. Now I'm being a father, I still have a little bit of those same mentalities, but I don't want that to be pushed. My kids naturally, it's called subconsciously, they'll pick up anything that you do.
Yeah.
If you're around it for so long, they'll pick up your mannerisms, they'll pick up your attitude, they'll just subconsciously pick that up. And so I think my kids I see so much, and when I tell them all the time, like I see so much in them, or me, so much of me in them,
Right.
but it's subconsciously. So for me mentally, I just try to challenge them for the mental part. They can only tell me as far as what they want for their goals. And I'm like, okay, cool. This is how I would do it. But if you don't do it this way or you don't meet this expectation, that's fine. You continue to keep doing what you're doing. You know? That's
Really
what I
good
do.
perspectives. Really good.
Yeah.
Question to you guys. How do you know how far to push your child or if you're doing it for you? I'll give my perspective and we'll go right into rapid fire. I look at it just with the challenges of what they say their goals are. So I have them write them down. And I'm not even talking about sports. I'm talking about life or over the
That's
next
good.
3 years, what's what.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to do this, Dad, I want to be in shape. That means you have to take your vitamins.
Mm-hmm.
You got to use that treadmill. You got to get up during the summer and go outside and run when nobody else is running.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to hold you to that? Yes, I do. So when I do, don't look at me strange or get an attitude because we've already established it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do it, but when you're left behind or you're not playing as much or you're not in the shape that you want to, I told you.
Yeah.
Now, let me know when you're ready to listen to me.
Yeah.
I put it on them first.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things that I think has been really good for my children is in the fact of, Eris, if your mom said you got to be off the tablet by 8 o'clock, why would you even try to push the limit? Because if she catches you, because you don't think nobody's watching, now you get it took.
Yeah.
So what are the consequences? You got to deal with the consequences of not following the rules. So what is your goal? My goal is for my mom to trust me so I can increase my time on my tablet. Well, how are you going to do that? By following her instructions.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm leave sports out of it. I'm just talking about in life, in
That's
short.
good.
Bro, you want some money out of me? Do your job. Your job is to take the garbage out and clean your room
Right.
without me telling you.
Mm-hmm.
You do that? Dad, can you cash at me? Yes.
100%.
It's all perspective.
Yeah.
And it's all put yourself in a position where you have to have some self-discipline because at some point in time, you're going to leave my house.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have discipline based off what I instilled in you and your mom instilled in you, somebody's going to make you listen. It could be the wrong people.
Yep.
And so that's one thing that I'm really big on. I've never been in trouble with the law or anything like that because my mom taught me the way to deal with things.
Yeah.
And my kids have grown up with I'm not going to say a silver spoon at all, but a lot better where they have more. They have two parents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're in the household versus one. So they're kind of spoiled, but I guess I'll tell you, hey, in order to be able to spoil your kids, you have to work. So you see what dad does every morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You see that you guys don't have any wants.
Yeah.
That ain't money don't grow on tree. No, I have to work
Right.
in order to make that happen. So try to use examples too, just to
Yeah.
put a perspective out
Yeah,
there.
no, definitely. That's really good. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. And when you were saying everything you were saying, only thing I was thinking was that was all mental. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're mentally,
Yes.
because you've been to a place
Right.
that they haven't gone yet.
Right.
So mentally, they can't see it.
Right.
It's up to them physically to do all the work
Right.
Yeah.
that you require of it.
Right.
But just mentally,
And then
you only giving them only thing mentally.
when you fail physical, I'm still here to pick you up.
100%. Have
share
to.
with you how you can get it
Have
back
to.
right.
Yeah.
Have to.
We're about to tap in. Y'all ready?
Yeah, have to.
Yep.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Is it whoa, whoa?
Yes.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Here we go.
Man.
And I need your answer in 10 seconds, gentlemen. If you don't have one, I'm moving.
Come on.
Best Olympic basketball player ever.
LeBron.
Curry.
Walmart or Fred Meyer?
Fred Meyer.
Fred Meyer.
Better occupation, doctor or lawyer?
Doctor, but man, I wanted to be a lawyer. Doctor.
I'm saying lawyer. You could just
Chick-fil-A or
Easy
Raising Cane's?
Canes.
Chick-fil-A.
Doritos or Cheetos?
Doritos for sure.
Doritos.
Cheetos.
Skittles or Starburst?
Starburst.
Starburst.
The dentist.
Right.
Best color combo, 2 colors that you can mix together.
Man, red and blue.
Ooh.
Green and gold. Green for the money and gold for the honey.
And then the last question is in all seriousness.
Man.
What is hard work to you?
Hard work to me. Hard work to me, and this might sound corny, but hard work to me is doing the small things when no one's watching. I'm a believer that if you do a ton of small things when no one's watching, it will pay off and be seen when you're in front of individuals. There was a question on here that I don't know if we ever got to, but it was like, what's your why? I believe.
I was going to tap into that later.
My apologies.
No, you're good.
I didn't see it on there, so look, I didn't know.
You're good.
My
No,
apologies.
go ahead.
But I believe if you doing the small things, it will take care of the big things, and you will be able to identify your why.
That's good. What about you, Arturo?
I mean, so that's kind of like a tough question. What's the definition of hard work? I think.
To you, in your perspective.
Yes, it's a tough one for me, but what I really think about is, when you started to answer the question, it kind of made me think about practice. You know what I mean? And repetitive practice, you know what I mean? That once you start getting to the point of, I'm past this, it's boring, I don't want to do this no more, and you're still doing it, that's when you get to the point of hard work. Because in the beginning it could be fun, or you're learning about it, then you get it down, you got a rhythm of it, but when you get to that point of, I'm tired of doing this, I don't want to do this, but I'm getting up to do it anyway, and I'm going to power through. I think that's hard work, and I think that translates.
For sure.
That translates not just on the sports field, but also with work in general. Yeah. When you start getting to that the mundane tasks, them tasks that you need to do to get better, to be smarter, to be faster. You going through that grind. That's the definition of hard work. And when you come out the other side, you're all the better for it. So.
It's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode with my brothers. Only Pod can judge us, man. Love and respect to everybody.
Yes,
What's
sir.
your why?
Agree.
What's your why? What motivates you? What makes you tick? Fellas, you want to leave with some nuggets as we go?
That's good. I ain't got nothing. That's the question I was going to ask. I can't even ask you.
Oh man, I think my why. I know my why is my family. My kids. You know what I'm saying, my wife, my mom. The legacy of my dad. My rest in peace. My sisters, everybody. My cousins and everything. I think it's just family. All of us here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why I do it. Just so we can do this, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For sure. You don't got nothing, Dwayne D?
Man, I'm just gonna say, look, man. Identify your why. You can't stress that enough. I think whys drive us to become greatness, or drive us to like we were saying, to hard work. You're not gonna continue to get up and continue to push forward, or continue to keep chasing after if you're not knowing what your why is for.
Yeah.
And so I think, for me, it goes back to the question that we were making mention of about our children. I don't think our children identify their why, or don't know their why to the magnitude, because we've seen and went mentally, We've gone through and known what they will be going through and what it takes, so we can understand when they put down. Oh man, I want to be great. I want to be this. We understand why or what it takes to become that. And so,
just to add on to that, I think a good example of that is when you hear Mike Tyson talk about how Custom Auto, showed him all the great fighters from the past to instill in him a why he was training and why he was going so hard, so he could develop that vision of where he wanted to go.
And what did we see? The outcome was world champion at 18.
Greatness.
Peace and love. Only pod can judge us.
Only pod.
We out.
That was good. That was good.